Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin and let's talk about the sum and product of roots of our quadratic equation. So, pag sinabing sum and product of roots, given the quadratic equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, okay, para makuha natin yung sum and product of roots, we will use a certain formula. Instead of solving the roots, pwede na nating makuha agad-agad yung sum and product ng roots. So, for the sum, okay, it is the additive inverse of the quotient of b and a. So, yung sum ng ating dalawang roots, it is equal to negative b over a. Now, yung product naman, yung formula niya, it is the quotient of c and a. So, yung product ng ating roots will be equal to c over a. And that's it. Now, let's have some examples in finding the sum and product of our roots. Alright, let's solve for the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic equation, x squared plus 9x minus 12 is equal to 0. So, ang first step natin is to write our quadratic equation to standard form. Now, since naka-standard form na siya, let's identify the values of a, b, and c. So, yung a natin is 1, b is 9, and c is negative 12. So, after getting the values of a, b, and c, let's find the sum and product of our roots. So, yung formula natin for sum is equal to negative b over a. So, substitute lang natin, negative 9 over 1. So, simplify, negative 9 divided by 1, that will give us negative 9. So, yan na yung sum ng roots ng ating quadratic equation. Now, let's proceed to the product. So, the formula for product of the roots is equal to c over a. So, substitute lang natin, negative 12 over 1. So, negative 12 divided by 1 will give us a product of negative 12. And that's it. Nakuha na natin yung sum and product of the roots of our quadratic equation. And that's it. Tada! Alright. Let's solve for the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic equation, 3x squared minus 15x minus 9 is equal to 0. So, ang first step natin is to make sure that our quadratic equation is written in standard form. Now, since our quadratic equation is written in standard form, our next step is for us to identify the values of a, b, and c. So, yung a natin is 3, b is negative 15, and c is negative 9. Now, for the sum of the roots, ang formula natin is negative b over a. So, substitute natin, we will have negative 15 over 3. So, let's simplify this. That will give us negative times negative is positive. So, 15 divided by 3 is 5. So, the sum of the roots is equal to 5. So, next is let's find the product of the roots of our quadratic equation. So, the formula is c over a. So, substitute natin yung ating c and a. That will give us negative 9 over 3. Negative 9 divided by 3 is equal to negative 3. So, the product of our roots is equal to negative 3. So, the sum is 5, the product is negative 3, and that's it. That will be our final answer. Tada! Alright. Let's solve for the sum and product of the roots of this quadratic equation, 2x squared plus 8x minus 11 is equal to 0. So, in finding the sum and product of the roots, our first step is to make sure that our quadratic equation is written in standard form. So, since nakasulat na siya in standard form, our next step will be identifying the values of a, b, and c. So, the values of a is 2, b is 8, and c is negative 11. Now, let's use our formula for getting the sum and product of the roots. So, yung sum natin, meron siyang formula na negative b over a. So, substitute lang natin, we will have negative 8 over 2. So, let's simplify, negative 8 over 2, that will give us negative 4. So, yung sum of the roots natin, that will give us negative 4. Yung product naman, meron siyang formula na c over a. So, substitute natin yung c and a natin. We will have negative 11 over 2. So, negative 11 over 2, simplify natin. Since hindi na natin siya mas-simplify, our product will be negative 11 over 2. Now, our sum is negative 4. Our product is negative 11 over 2. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Let's solve for the sum and the product of the roots of our quadratic equation 4x squared plus 18x minus 12 is equal to 0. Now, our first step in finding the sum and product of the roots is for us to write our quadratic equation to standard form. Then, since naka-standard form na siya, let's identify the values of A, B, and C. So, yung A natin is 4, yung B natin is 18, yung C natin is negative 12. Now, pagkatapos natin makuha yung A, B, and C natin, we will now use the formula for the sum and the product of our roots. So, yung sum natin, meron siyang formula na negative B over A. So, let's substitute the values of A and B. So, we will have negative 18 over 4. Now, let's simplify the fraction negative 18 over 4. So, they are both divisible by 2. So, let's divide both numerator and denominator by 2. Kaya siya magiging negative 9 over 2. So, that will be our sum of the roots of our quadratic equation. Now, punta naman tayo sa product. So, sa product, ang formula niya is C over A. So, substitute natin. That will give us negative 12 over 4. Now, let's simplify negative 12 and 4. That will give us negative 3. So, our product of the roots will be equal to negative 3. And that's it. The sum is negative 9 over 2. The product of the roots is negative. Ta-da! Alright. Let's solve for the sum and the product of the roots of this quadratic equation. 6x squared minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0. So, ang first step natin pag kukunin yung sum and product of the roots from our quadratic equation is make sure that our quadratic equation is written in standard form. So, since naka-standard form na tong ating quadratic equation, our next step is to identify the values of A, B, and C. So, yung A natin dito is 6. Ang B natin is negative 14. Ang C natin is positive 8. Now, let's use the formula in getting the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. So, sum muna tayo. Yung formula ng sum of the roots is equal to negative B over A. So, substitute lang natin si B at si A ng corresponding value nila. So, sum is equal to negative 14 over 6. Now, simplify natin. They are both divisible by 2. So, divide natin si numerator and denominator by 2. So, that will give us 7 over 3. Now, take note, negative times negative is positive. Kaya positive na yung ating fraction. So, it will be 7 over 3. Now, yung product naman natin, the product is equal to C over 8. So, let's substitute. That will give us 8 over 6. Let's simplify our fraction. 8 and 6 are divisible by 2. So, let's divide both numerator and denominator by 2 to get our product. And our product is equal to 4 over 3. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.